Hello. I'm making a video on schizophrenia, negative schizophrenia, and how I found out I had it and what I went through before I found out that I had it. And how I feel now that I know I have it. So, if you would follow me, I'm hungry. You want to know why I'm hungry? I'm on Risperdal. 0.5 milligrams, but that stuff, oh my god, I haven't gotten fat yet, but I will be. I trust and believe that. I will be. I'm in my bed. Oh gosh, I'm just so tired. Follow me into my humble abode in the kitchen. This is actually gonna be like a blog where I'm just gonna be just talking, I guess. I'm gonna figure out what to eat while I tell you guys my life. So how I got on schizophrenia, or how I well, okay. July 26, 2015. I was smoking some weed. I used to be a weed connoisseur before this date happened. Well, after this date happened, I just stopped smoking weed altogether. But before July 26, 2015, I smoked weed all the time, every day. I have a 5-year-old son. I smoked weed while I was pregnant with him. I have a 2-year-old daughter. I smoked weed while I was pregnant with her. Like, I always smoked weed, and there was no problem with me smoking weed. But I just started having a lot of bad anxiety because I didn't have a job. My friend was, yelling at me because I wanted to go back to dancing. And he's like, no, I will never freaking talk to you again. So that was causing me to have anxiety because I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to have a friend anymore. And so that was causing me to have anxiety. And one day I just had a meltdown. Like, I was just crying and calling myself stupid and pissed off at the world, in my room. I was banging my head up against my wall, bust a hole in my wall, cover that up, and then I thought everything was fine, I'll be cool. And then my friend was like, hey, you want to smoke? I was like, yeah, let's smoke. And so we started smoking. I hit the blunt like 3 times, and I started freaking out. I looked at her, and I was like, damn, you do a great French inhale. And then she's like, well, I just want some more weed. Can you go get some more weed? Blah, blah. And so I go to the place to get some more weed. And instead of just asking for it, I was like, can I buy some? Which I know that's not right. And then they knew something was wrong with me. They're like, what the fuck is your problem? And I was like, what the fuck is your problem? And then I was like, in their face and doing all this shit. And that's not me. I'm not a, bitch, you better not, It's not me. But, I'm looking in my refrigerator. So they could tell something was going on with me because I was pointing my finger in their face and just being fucking stupid. I don't know what I want, but I want something. My mouth is dry. I don't have no ice cubes. I don't know. But, and then, so I just start freaking out, saying all this bizarre shit, doing all this bizarre shit, acting so bizarre. This shit lasted fucking 17 hours. I ended up, going outside, running down the street, and my kid was at home. Okay? She was asleep in her room. Running down the street, coming back, freaking out. Then my daughter, she's 2. Her birthday's April 1st. This happened. She just turned 2 pretty much. How the hell is she able to open these 2 doors? Somebody let her out of my house and let her outside, because there's no way in hell she's able to open up those doors. That's the thing I don't get. Somebody was doing something. She just turned 2. And to this day, she's about to be 3. She cannot open. Once you go outside my door, she cannot open this door that goes out into the hallway to get outside. And she can't open the door to get outside. She can't to this day. So somebody did some stupid shit and let my kid outside the house. So I'm running back. And then I see her crying, freaking out. So I pick her up, hand her to my neighbor, which this girl that was my neighbor, she's supposed to watch her later on that night because me and my friend were going to go out. My friend starts freaking out, like, Brittany, I don't know what the fuck you're going through, but I'm out of here. Because I was calling her a stupid bitch and that she was dumb and get the fuck out of my house. And this weed was my weed. I was smoking this weed all day. So it wasn't laced. And if it was laced, then why weren't my friends or the people that I was chilling with, why weren't they acting like that, okay? So I was freaking out. Kept freaking out. A cop came because I called the cops on me asking for help. Cop came, one cop, no handcuffs. He did not handcuff me. He just said, sit down. You need to relax. You're hyperventilating. You need to relax. I kick him in his nuts, keep running down the street. And then I ran and stopped people's cars. And I'm making noise while I'm making this video, but I stopped people's cars. This dude was like, what the fuck, B? What the fuck? And I tried to take off his shoes, off his feet. And then I ran, and then I went to this little car wash, and then, like, by the grace of God, I don't even know this neighbor, but she stopped me. I was like, damn, girl, look at your nails. I remember all this shit, and a little bit of it, little pieces of it. And I was like, damn, girl, look at your nails, and I hopped in her car, and I was like, let me drive. She's like, no, I'm taking your ass home. You need help. I was like, bitch, look at all these needles I got in my arm, girl. And she's like, uh-huh. How much have you had to drink tonight? I said, girl, I don't even drink because I wasn't drinking. I just smoked. And I was like, oh my God, they need to invent something. I was like, close my eyes. I was like, boom, invented, and just tripping hardcore, you know. Delusional, really, really delusional. And then she had me at home. There was an ambulance and all this type of stuff, and I kept on going in and out of consciousness. They take me to the hospital. I wake up, I'm in the hospital, a cop asked me my name and stuff, I go out of consciousness, I wake back up, and the cop was trying to ask me, and I told him, I said, you know who my daughter is? And he's like, no, and I spit in his face, and then they freaking took me to detox, because they were like, she's drug overdose, and the only thing, I got paperwork, the only thing that was in my system that night was marijuana and Tylenol, because I had a headache. And so they're saying it was drug overdose. They took me to detox. I was in detox. I thought on the way to the detox, where the detox is the airport. Well, I kept on saying throughout my whole, little skits moment, freak out moment, that I was going to be famous. My daughter and my kids are going to be famous. Blah, blah, blah. So when they took me out to the airport, I'm in the cop car, I'm thinking, oh my God, we're going to the airport. Is this what Nicki Minaj had to go through to get famous? Oh my gosh, I'm about to be famous. So we get there, I'm in a cell. I'm trying to figure out if Lil Wayne had to go through the same thing I had to go through just to get out of the cell. So I'm like, well, maybe if I get the guards to come over here and I can sneak out and then I'm famous, right? Is this the trick? I thought it was like on some hidden TV camera show, like, all this stuff, like, really, am I going through this shit? I've never been through this shit, so why am I going through it now? It must be a joke, And so I'm like, fuck it, I'm just about to do some dope-ass beats, I'm about to sing some dope-ass music. So I just kept on singing and shit, because the rooms they got you in echo, I was like, yeah, that's what they want me to do. They want me to rap and sing and make beats and shit, so I was doing that. I'm like, dude, I've been in here. I don't know how long I've been in here, but I've been in here for a fucking long time. And I've been doing beats and shit for you guys. You guys been dancing, and trust and believe they were dancing. They were like, like, oh my gosh, because some of my shit, like, I don't know, maybe I was hallucinating. I don't know, but I knew some of the kids, the people that were there. Cameron Newman, he went to school with me. Abby Lofcheck, she went to school with me, so I knew them, and I've seen them at like different places, and they were like, yeah, Brittany, you lost your mind. I spit on Cameron. I thought I had to get out this little, like, space just to get out of, the room. So I, like, tried to squeeze through. I'm little. I'm, like, fucking 5'1", 100 pounds, I'm short as fuck and little as fuck. So I got out, and then they couldn't tase me. They couldn't do nothing. And so I spit on them, and I kicked them, and I bit them, and some more shit, Then they sent me to the fucking psych ward, like, in the jail. And I was in there, and I guess I was telling them I was going to kill myself or some stupid shit. and they put me in the turtle suit, which you're stripped naked and you're in the suit, so you can't fucking hurt yourself. And I'm so little, that motherfucker was like a blanket on me. I was cold as fuck, and then I woke up out of my whole skits moment. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because I was still rapping and doing my thing in there, too. And they're like, what? I woke up, and I was like, dude. And they're like, you were acting, crazy. And I was like, you want to see crazy, motherfucker? Let me out of here. I'll show you crazy. And I, really thought, I really didn't know what was going on. When I woke up from my little nap while I was in jail or in the little room, I didn't know what was going on. So I'm like, fuck. I'm like, did this really fucking just happen? And is this real life shit? This is what's going on? And she's like, yeah, you were just acting really wild, and this is the room we got to put you in. So I got fucking naked, and I stood up on the edge of the thing. And I'm like, this is fucking crazy. And this cop came in the nose. His nose was like this big, like that big, fucking pores, shit was all deep and shit. And he's like, Miss Woodard, if you don't settle down, I'm going to have to tase you. I said, bitch, do your worst, This motherfucker tased me. Tased shit out of me. Man, it's not one of those, it's one of them like, and the little electrodes and shit like that. Oh my God. He tased me in my leg, tased me in my back. Oh God, oh my God, my neck, my back, and my neck type shit. Like, I was fucking done. I had to sit there for another few hours, fell asleep, woke up, and then I was in jail for 2 weeks. Got out of jail. I was thinking that I was having seizures because prior to all this shit, I had a few seizures because I wanted to clean up my system of marijuana, blah, 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 woo-dee-woo. Oh, wow, that is, but it's just fucking crazy. So right now, that was all in, July 2015. Right now, it's February 22nd, 2016, and I got diagnosed with schizophrenia probably about 2 weeks ago. Started my meds on Monday last week. So, I'm in my kitchen. I was supposed to get something to eat. You guys remember that? But I really think that I have schizophrenia, negative schizophrenia. I didn't know anything about that. I would hear the word schizophrenia and think that schizophrenia, blah, crazy type shit, But to an extent, it can be crazy. My hair's crazy right now, but I'm usually a very good-looking woman. I'm hungry, so hungry. I need some food to eat, yes I do. 'Cause I am so hungry, yeah. I woke up in the middle of the night. Schizophrenia wasn't on my side. Because of I don't know, I'm just be tripping. I'll be tripping, my nigga. I'll be tripping. I'm gonna eat this cheese stick. That's a lot of food, but I'm gonna make me a bowl of cereal in a second. But, but I'm gonna be blogging a lot. That's my homegirl's cheese stick. I'm eating it. But, yeah, man, schizophrenia, it's cool, but that Risperdal, my nigga. Ain't no joke.